Closer than before, we're still getting closer. You move slow when you're next to me, like you're scared of what this could be. I feel it every time you stay, then look away. There's something in the silence, something in the space between, like we're standing on the edge of something we haven't seen. And every time I think you're leaving, you find another reason to stay. Closer than before, don't pull away. Stay, stay, stay in this moment. Don't drift away, 'cause every time you're near me, the distance disappears. We're closer than before, so why are we still scared? You get quiet when it's real, hide behind the way you feel. Come and go without a sound, and somehow circle back around. And every little conversation feels heavier than before, like we're both standing outside an open door. Maybe we're afraid of change, maybe we're afraid we're not. Closer than before, stay right here, don't disappear when I get near. 'Cause I don't need forever, I just need the truth. And every step you take toward me feels like proof. Maybe we don't have to name it, maybe we just let it go. Maybe some things become real before we even know. And every time I see you smiling, the world gets a little clearer, like all the roads we've taken only brought us near. Closer than before, don't let go. We've come too far to never know. 'Cause every time you look at me, I feel it even more. We're closer than before, than we've ever been before. Closer than before, still getting closer. Just a little longer. You said maybe it's easier not to make this complicated, but nothing about us ever felt simple. When we were standing there, afraid of it. And sometimes I still think about how close we came to something real, how two hearts can drift apart without ever losing what they feel. We were always one conversation, contemplation, away from changing everything. But somehow we kept choosing silence over what we wanted to say. Maybe timing isn't always the truth. Maybe sometimes it's fear, 'cause we could've stayed if we wanted to. Could've stopped pretending we had nothing to lose. Maybe we didn't need answers. Maybe we just needed faith. And sometimes I still wonder if we could've stayed, a little longer. Could've stayed a little longer. You talk about tomorrow like I'm not somewhere inside it, and I smile like it doesn't matter, even when I still feel it. I think about how easy it was before we started protecting ourselves, before every feeling needed a reason, before every dream needed help. And maybe growing up taught us how to be careful and wise. But sometimes being careful costs more than we realize. Tell me if you think about it too. 'Cause we could've stayed without fixing everything, without all the answers, without promising. Maybe we were too young. Maybe we got afraid. Maybe we spent too much time walking away. 'Cause we could've stayed. I don't miss perfection. I don't miss perfection. I don't miss a fantasy. Don't miss a fantasy. I miss the version of us that still believed, the one that didn't need certainty, the one that didn't need proof, the one that looked at each other and simply knew. 'Cause we could've stayed, maybe not forever, maybe not exactly the way we imagined together, but maybe we would've found something worth the wait. And every now and then I still think we could've stayed just a little longer. Just a little longer. Not forever. Just a little longer. I came here just to see you, just to say hello. I never planned on finding anything I used to know. I thought enough time passed to quiet every trace, but then you smiled at me and everything came back in place. You kept the conversation easy, like it didn't mean a thing. But tomorrow. Like I still fit somehow. Like there was still a place for me in the life you're living now. And I hate how one small moment can undo so much time. How one familiar feeling can change the state of mind. Maybe I imagined it, maybe I'm reading too much, but people don't keep coming back when they've given up. Tell me if I'm dreaming, and I'll let it rest. I didn't mean to stay, didn't mean to wait, didn't mean to carry home every word you'd say. But if there's nothing here, then why does this feel new? Why does every road I take still somehow lead to you? I didn't mean to stay, but I stayed in it. Maybe that's the hardest part. Not what you said tonight, but how everything between us still feels alive. Maybe I never lost it. Maybe I only hid. Maybe my heart remembered what my mind forgot. I didn't mean to stay, didn't mean to believe, didn't mean to find myself wanting more than this. But if your heart still pauses when mine does too, then maybe all this time it wasn't only me and you. I didn't mean to stay, but I never really left. Maybe I should go, but not yet. I thought I knew the ending, thought I'd finally turn the page, thought enough time had passed to make the feeling fade. I told myself the story had already run its course, that everything between us was somewhere in the past. But then you looked at me for a second longer than before, and suddenly the distance didn't feel so short. Funny how one moment can bring a heart back home. I didn't see it coming, didn't think I cared, didn't think one look from you could still take me there. I was moving forward, leaving us behind. Then you smiled and somehow changed my mind. I didn't see inside your gaze. And maybe I'm imagining, maybe I'm seeing too much, but some feelings don't return unless they never left us. Every conversation feels lighter than before, but underneath the laughter there's something wanting more. Tell me if I'm wrong and I'll let it go. I didn't see it coming, didn't plan to feel, didn't think something so quiet could still feel this real. If this means nothing, then why does my heart move every time you're near me, like it still remembers you? I didn't see it coming, but maybe you did too. Maybe that's what caught me, not what you said that night, but how everything familiar suddenly felt right. Maybe some connections never truly disappear, they just wait in silence until they're needed here. I didn't see it coming, didn't think I'd fall, didn't think one moment could change it all. I thought I was stronger, I thought I was through. Then you walked back into my life and brought me back to you. I didn't see it coming, but now I see the truth. I thought I was past it, until you walked back in. Don't make me forget you if you're not ready to lose. You talk like everything's normal, like we're strangers passing by, but then you stay a little longer, and I remember why. I go back to every late night, every word you never planned, every feeling I was finally learning not to understand. And just when I'm getting better, you pull me back through our hands. 'Cause every time I start to heal, you give my heart a reason to remember everything I was finally leaving. Don't make me forget you. If your heart still turns around, don't wake up all these feelings just to put them back down. 'Cause I could walk away if that's what you choose, but don't make me forget you. Are you holding on to? Don't make me forget you if you're not ready to lose. Don't leave softly when you already know. You always find the perfect moment after the moment's gone. Right when I start moving forward, you show me what was there all along. And every time I stop reaching, you finally reach for me. Like we're always standing closest when we're supposed to leave. If it matters now, then don't wait for tomorrow. Don't tell me later. Don't tell me when it's gone. Don't wait until I stop believing to tell me I belonged. 'Cause I don't want a memory of what we could have been. If your heart is here beside me, don't wait, let me in. Don't tell me later. You talk about timing, like timing's in control. But sometimes what we call timing is just fear letting go. And maybe we've been careful, maybe we've played it safe, but every chance we've ever lost started exactly that way. I don't need perfect words, I need the truth. Don't tell me later. Don't save it for goodbye. Don't wait until the door is closed to tell me why. 'Cause I can handle honesty even when it burns. But don't wait until I'm leaving to finally take your time. How many moments disappear because nobody speaks? How many almost loves survive only in memories? And I don't wanna wonder what could have happened here when all it would have taken was being sincere. Don't tell me later. Don't tell me when we've changed. Don't tell me after all this time that you felt the same. 'Cause I don't want a story about what might You said don't promise anything, just stay here for a while. So I stood beside you quietly, getting lost inside your smile. We never needed grand gestures, never needed anyone else. Somehow all our smallest moments still mean more than anything. And every quiet evening finds its way back to your name. Like my heart never really learned how to forget that place. And I know some feelings don't disappear, they just wait for the right moment. If I let myself fall again, would you hold me like before? Would it feel like coming home, or something even more? I don't wanna start from nothing, I don't wanna just pretend. But if your heart still reaches for mine, maybe I'd fall again. I kept all the little memories, the ones nobody else could see. The way you always laughed too soon, the way you looked at me, the conversations in the kitchen, the hours that slipped away, like we had all the time in the world, and nowhere else to be. People say that time changes things, maybe that's true sometimes. But every dream about tomorrow still somehow carries your light. And maybe we were scared of enough, so we called it timing instead. If I let myself fall again, would you stay instead of run? Will we finally stop pretending we're already done? I don't need perfect answers, I don't need guarantees. But if your heart still remembers mine, then maybe that's all I need. Don't something in your voice, and every time you look my way, it feels less like chance, more like choice. I try not to read too much into it, I try not to get ahead, but some things happen way too often to be living only in my head. So tell me where your heart is before I convince myself to leave. If you mean it, then don't pull away. Don't give me something real, then walk away. 'Cause I can take the honesty, I can take the truth. I just can't spend another night trying to figure out you. If you mean it, then let it show. Don't leave me standing here, not knowing where this goes. Promise forever, just don't vanish when it matters. If you mean it, then stay a little longer. Don't leave me holding on while you're getting harder to follow. 'Cause I don't need perfect, I don't need proof. I just need something honest, something I can hold on to. If you mean it, then meet me halfway, and I'll meet you there too. I don't need all the answers, I don't need every plan, but I need to know you're reaching for my heart with your own hands. 'Cause every time you get closer, then disappear again. It feels like we're writing a story, too afraid to let it begin. If you mean it, then don't hold back now. Don't leave these words lost in the crowd. 'Cause I can take the honesty, I can take the truth. I just can't keep pretending I don't already feel it too. If you mean it, then let me know. And if you're really falling, don't let me fall alone. If you mean it, you don't have to say much, just don't let go. I told myself I wouldn't do this, wouldn't let my heart go there, wouldn't turn another conversation into something I still care about. But then you showed up smiling, like nothing ever changed. And somehow that's the hardest thing, when you're trying to walk away. You talked about your life like we were still the same. tell me what you feel. Don't leave me searching for something that's real. Don't give me moments I carry for months. If your heart still knows I'm mine, just this once, just this once. Let the truth come through, 'cause I can handle anything except not knowing you. You choose your words so carefully, like they might change the end, but silence never helped us. It only made us bend, and maybe nothing happens, maybe we let it go. But I'd rather hear the truth than never really know. 'Cause every time we're talking, something comes alive, and every time you're leaving, part of me stays behind. I don't need certainty, I just need on. So just this once, stop holding back. Don't leave me halfway, then pull away like that. 'Cause I can handle heartbreak, I can handle being wrong. I just can't keep pretending this feeling isn't strong. Just this once. Tell me what is true. Maybe we're not forever. Maybe that's okay. Maybe all I really need is one honest thing to stay. 'Cause every time we hide it only grows inside. And every unanswered feeling finds another place to survive. So just this once, look me in the eyes and tell me if you felt it too, or if it's all in mine. 'Cause I can handle goodbye if that's what you choose. But if your heart still reaches for me, then don't leave me confused. Just this once. Let the walls come down. One honest moment could change everything now. You never really say goodbye. You always leave it light, a simple take care at the end. Like we'll meet another night, and maybe nobody notices the little things you do. But every time you walk away, you leave me closer to you. I try not to hold on to it, I try not to read too much, but every goodbye between us still feels unfinished somehow. And I don't need forever, just don't close the door. Leave it open if you don't know yet. Don't make a promise you might regret. 'Cause I can live with questions, I can live it slow. Just don't make me feel your heart, then let it go. Leave it open if there's more to say. If part of you still wonders, don't walk away. maybe some doors they open because they're not supposed to close. And every time you're near me, something feels the same, like we're both holding on to a fire without a name. Leave it open if your mind still changes, if your hands still reach for me without even thinking. 'Cause I don't need forever, I don't need a guarantee, I just need the truth about what's still between you and me. Leave it open if you're not through. Leave it open. Leave it open. 'Cause part of me still walks with you. You walked in like nothing happened, like time had done its part, like all the years between us hadn't touched my heart. You asked me how I've been with that familiar smile, and suddenly every feeling came rushing back alive. I answered all the easy things, the things I always do, but every word I didn't say was still leading back to you. Funny how some feelings never ask permission to return, 'cause it came back like it never left, like no time passed, like nobody else, like every piece of me still knew where you were. 'Cause some things don't disappear, they only wait their turn. It came back like it never You never touched my hand, but you stood close enough, and somehow that small distance still felt a lot like us. Maybe I should know better, maybe I should let it go, but every version of moving on still feels farther than I know. And every left between us feels familiar somehow, like all the things we left behind are standing with us now. Tell me if you felt it too, or if it's only me. 'Cause it came back like it never left, like I never learned how to want less. And maybe I don't need answers, maybe I just need truth. 'Cause every time I look at you, the feeling comes into view. It came back like it never left. and it's never really gone. It waits beneath the silence until the right moment comes. And maybe that's what scares me, how easy it can be to find a heart you thought you lost, still waiting patiently. Cause it came back like it never left. Like every road I took still led me here instead. Like every piece of my future still remembers your name. And every time I see you, nothing feels the same. Came back like you never left. Like I never did. Like you never left. Like part of me stayed too. Stay a little longer. That's all I'm asking for. You never said you were leaving. You just start reaching first. Start turning every conversation into few words. And I kept telling myself the silence meant we're fine. But love doesn't disappear. It only changes with time. I don't know exactly when the distance found its place, but sometimes when I look at you, I still see yesterday. And I don't know when it happened, when we stopped looking the same way, but I still feel you here. Stay a little longer before we call this done, before we become strangers. When we used to be one, you don't have to say forever. You don't have to know right now. Just stay a little longer and let the world slow down. Stay a little longer. That's all I'm asking for. I remember all the small things, coffee getting cold, driving with no destination, just talking on the road. The way you laugh at nothing, the way you say my name, the way the ordinary moments never felt the same. Maybe life got complicated, maybe we moved too fast, but every time I meet your eyes, I still see something that lasts. Tell me if I'm holding on to shadows. Tell me if I should let go, but don't disappear slowly. Stay a little longer before we call this done, before we become a memory of what we could have been. You don't have to promise forever. You don't have to have a plan. Just stay a little longer and hold my hand. Maybe we don't need fixing. Maybe we just need space. Maybe we forgot the feeling underneath the weight. Maybe love isn't leaving. Maybe it's still alive, waiting underneath. that should make it hurt less. But even the right reasons still leave an empty space. And I know life got busy, I know we lost our way, but some hearts keep remembering long after yesterday. We learned how to keep going, we learned how to be okay, but neither of us learned how to forget the feeling, or how to stop missing it. Maybe in another way, maybe not like before. Maybe love is asking us to open a different door. Maybe if we slow down, maybe if we stay, we don't have to lose each other. Maybe in another way. You never asked for promises, you never asked for forever. You only ask if I'm happy, and somehow that matters better. And every little conversation feels softer than it used to be, like we're finally learning what we couldn't see. Maybe we don't need answers, maybe we don't need a plan. Maybe love is something gentler than holding on with both hands. And maybe that's enough. Maybe in another way, maybe not like before. Maybe we stop trying to be who we were. And if there's still a feeling, don't let it fade away. Maybe we don't need goodbye, maybe just another way. 'Cause every time we're talking, the distance disappears, and every time you're smiling, it feels familiar here. Maybe we were never broken, maybe we just changed. Maybe what we're looking for has a different name. Maybe in another way, maybe that's the truth. Maybe what we've always wanted looks a little new. Maybe love is not losing, maybe love can stay. Maybe we're still finding us, just in another way. Maybe in another way, maybe that's enough. Not another person, just another way. Never enough to leave, still enough to stay. We keep meeting in the middle, like it's easier that way. You never asked me not to go, but somehow I always stay. And I keep telling myself that none of this is new, while secretly replaying every little thing you do. Every look that lasts too long, every word you leave behind. Trying not to search for it's never enough to leave, never enough to stay. Always somewhere in the middle, always one heart away. You don't pull me closer, you don't set me free. And I don't know what's harder, losing you or losing me. 'Cause every time I let go, you find another way to be just enough to matter, never enough to stay. That's why we're still here, caught between yes and no, holding on to something beautiful. We're both afraid to know, 'cause every time I think it's over, you appear again. And every time I build a wall, you walk right through it. 'Cause it's never enough to leave, still enough to stay, still enough to keep my heart from fully walking away. You don't ask me to wait, but somehow I still do. And maybe that's the hardest part of loving someone like you. 'Cause every time I let go, something remains. Never enough to leave, still enough to stay. Never enough to leave, still enough to stay. You came back sounding comfortable, like nothing really changed. Like all the nights we lost could somehow be replaced. And for a second I believed it, for a second I looked back, but something in me finally learned what I used to lack. Maybe part of me still feels it, but now I see the truth. Not this time, I'm not gonna wait. I'm not building dreams on words you never say. If you want me, then don't leave me blind, 'cause I can't keep holding on to what lives only in my mind. Not this time, I'm choosing something real, not another almost love that never learned to heal. and promises unspoken. And maybe you cared about me, maybe part of you still does, but caring isn't enough when nothing ever moves. Not this time, I'm not losing myself, trying to be enough for somebody else. If you want me, then stand by my side, but don't ask me to believe in another unfinished goodbye. Not this time, I'm finally choosing me. And if you really love me, then love me honestly. 'Cause loving you in silence never brought you closer to me. Nothing changed. Maybe that's the problem. You say we're different people, like that's supposed to explain why every time I see your face, it feels exactly the same. And maybe we've grown older, maybe life's moved on, but some feelings don't disappear just because they're gone. You look at me for a second, then quickly look away, like you're scared of finding out nothing really changed. Maybe we changed in every way except the one that matters. 'Cause nothing changed, not the way you stay, running through my head at the end of every day. Not the way one message can turn my world around, or how a room gets quieter the second you're around. Maybe we've moved forward, maybe we're not the same, but something still happens when you say my name. You never say you miss me, you never say you don't. You leave me just enough to keep a little hope, and I hate that I can read you before you've even spoken, like some invisible connection never really broke. 'Cause every conversation feels like where we left off, and every goodbye feels harder than it probably should. Tell me if You say we should be careful, like careful brought us peace. Like all the words we never said somehow found a way to leave. And I know what distance looks like, I know moving on can do. But every time I'm standing here, it still feels like me and you. We talk around the feeling, like we're trying not to know. But every quiet glance between us only makes it show. Maybe we already know the truth. We're just afraid to hear it out loud, 'cause we got nothing left to hide, nothing left to protect. No reason to keep pretending, no reason to second guess. If you still think about me, then don't act surprised. Maybe we've been holding on to something all this time, 'cause we got nothing left to hide. We got nothing left to hide. We still ask the same questions, but the answers still matter now. And I still find myself searching for meaning in somehow. Maybe we made it harder, trying not to lose control, till every feeling we ignore started finding its way home. And every time you look at me like you're about to say more, I wonder if you're standing where I've already been before. I'm not asking for forever, just don't leave me guessing, 'cause we got nothing left to hide, nothing left to say. No point acting distant if you still stay. And maybe this is simple, maybe we've complicated, maybe the truth has been here every time we've been together. 'Cause we got nothing left to hide. How long can two hearts know what neither one will say? How long can we keep calling it nothing when it never goes away? 'Cause every road we took apart keeps bringing us back here. And every time I try to leave, you somehow reappear. 'Cause we got nothing left to hide, nothing left to fear. No reason to keep running from what's already here. If you still feel something, then look me in the eyes, 'cause maybe all this time we've had nothing left to hide. Nothing left to hide. Nothing left but the truth. There's nothing left to hide, and don't hide this time. We got nothing to prove, so why does it still feel like love? You don't say you miss me, you just stay a little longer. Tell me every little detail, like it still matters to you. and I listen like it's normal, like my heart doesn't move. But every conversation feels like something you never lose. You laugh at all the same things, you know exactly what I'll say. And for a moment it feels easy, like we never walked away. So tell me why it still feels natural being here with you. We got nothing to prove, nothing left to hide. So why are we standing here, keeping everything inside? If you still feel something, you don't have to run. I just wanna know the truth before this moment's gone. We got nothing to prove, only something to lose. Maybe we got older, maybe life got loud. Maybe we kept pretending we had it figured out. Maybe staying felt dangerous, maybe leaving felt safe. Maybe we were protecting hearts we never stopped giving away. You tell me not to overthink, I tell you that's what we do. We keep calling, there's nothing while it keeps pulling us through. I don't need perfect answers, just something real. We got nothing to prove, nothing left to say. But every time I start walking, you find another reason to stay. If this is really over, then tell me something true, 'cause I don't wanna lose you the way we've been losing you. Maybe that's what hurts the most, not the distance, not the years. It's knowing every feeling's still here, and nobody says it clear. 'Cause every time I look at you, I see it in your eyes, like we're both waiting for somebody to stop hiding. We got nothing to prove, nothing left to fear. So why does every goodbye feel harder every year? If you still feel something, then let it come through. 'Cause all this time later, I still find my way to you. We got nothing to prove, only something beautiful to lose. We got nothing to prove, so why does it still feel like love? Say you miss me, you ask me how I'm doing, like you haven't thought of me, like you don't still look for traces of the life we used to be. And I smile like it don't matter, like I can't hear what's underneath every word you're trying to tell me, every truth you never speak. We're turning simple into complicated, and I don't know why. So say you miss me, if you miss apart, but I'd rather know the truth than keep guessing in the dark. Maybe we'd lose it, maybe we'd find our way, but silence never saved a love that was begging us to stay. So say you miss me, if you miss me. Don't leave your feelings locked away. Don't call it memories, don't call it fate. If you still love me, then say my name. Stop standing halfway between goodbye and stay. If I'm still on your mind, say you miss me, say you miss me, or let me fade away. You call me with a question you already know by heart, and I answer like it's nothing while feeling every part. We talk about the weather, we talk about our day, but somehow every conversation finds its way back to the same place. I don't think we ever closed the door, we just stopped walking through it. There's something about us that never fades away. No matter how much time goes by, it always finds a way. Even when we're strangers, even when we don't touch, I can't explain it. There's something about us. You disappear for months sometimes, then show up out of nowhere, like a song I thought I'd forgotten, still floating through the air. And we keep acting casual, like we're not what we were. But every look between us makes the truth a little harder to ignore. Maybe we never meant goodbye. Maybe we just got lost. There's something about us that never really leaves. Even when we're moving forward, it's hiding underneath. I don't need forever, I don't need too much, I just know there's always been something about us. Maybe it's unfinished, maybe it's meant to stay. Maybe some hearts keep finding the roads they walked away from. And maybe we don't have the answers, maybe we never will. But every time I see you, the world goes quiet still. There's something about us just learn how to wait. Stay where you are. You keep saying maybe, like maybe buys us time. Like if we never say the words, we never cross the line. And I keep smiling through it, like it doesn't cross my mind. But every time you leave, a part of me stays behind. I tell myself it's nothing, just another ordinary day. Then I hear your voice again, and everything changes. Tell me if you feel it too, or if I'm dreaming alone. Stay where you are, don't rush away. Don't turn this feeling into yesterday. 'Cause every time we lose each other, we find our way back. Stay where you are, till we know what we have. Stay where you are, just a little more. 'Cause every moment with you feels worth waiting for. You never take my hand, but you never let me go. And somehow all the quiet things tell me more than I should know. Maybe we're still figuring out what this is supposed to be, but every road I take somehow still brings you back to me. Maybe we're not ready, maybe we don't decide, but I'm tired of pretending there's nothing in your eyes. I don't need all the answers, just don't disappear. Stay where you are, if you still feel close, if you still think about me more than you let show. 'Cause I can live with patience, I can live with slow. I just don't wanna lose something beautiful before we know. So we know what this means. Maybe love doesn't arrive